Well, good afternoon and welcome back to our Diamond Youth League 2024 Division II 12 Under Ozone World Series. We're coming to you live from Bossier City, Louisiana. This is our second game of the day on Field 10. We just saw a thriller between Alabama and Florida. This is a matchup in the losers bracket between Arkansas and North Carolina's state champions. Winner goes on, loser is done for this tournament. Here's the lineups as you see North Carolina out there warming up. They're going to be the home team today. Arkansas the visitor, and here's how Arkansas's batting order looks today. It'll be Wyatt Jackson at second base. He's leading things off. Braxton Yates, the shortstop, will bat second. Caleb McWhorter, the catcher's hitting third. Grady Gingery, the pitcher, will hit fourth. It'll be center fielder Liam Herwick batting fifth. Landon Nichols in right field hitting sixth. First baseman J.T. Gibbs will bat seventh. Gatlin Salazar hitting eighth. Batting Burt ninth. Kevin Figueroa, the third baseman, hitting 10th. Batting 11th is Ashton Irvin. And batting in the 12th spot is Caden McWhorter. North Carolina, you see out there on the field as they've already started with a first pitch strike and a ground ball. This is back to the mound, fielded by pitcher Carter Sane, who throws out Wyatt Jackson for the first out of this game. Here's the defense for the kids from North Carolina, the state champions for the state. Mason Wyant is at first base. Hudson Grooms at second. At shortstop is Grayson Borntrager. Pax Hood is the third baseman. Out in the outfield, it's Cashton Hullett, who's out in left field. Tucker Motz is in center. Out in right is Dylan Carpenter. Behind the plate, Austin Myers. And on the mound is Carter Sane, who's getting the start today. As number 2 hitter for Arkansas, Braxton Yates comes up. Fouls off the first pitch. And it's no balls and one strike. This one lifted in the air. It's center field and fairly well hit. And that's where Tucker Motz is for out number 2. Arkansas got here into this game after they were beaten by South Carolina. For North Carolina, they ended up here after opening round loss to Texas. So each of these teams with a loss on their record, one of them moves on to take on Florida. As, number 3 hitter Caleb McWhorter got hit right dead center in the middle of the back, and he'll get on to first base with a hit by pitch. Florida was a loser in the last game we just saw. Alabama rallying back after giving up the lead in the top of the 6th. Alabama scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the inning to beat Florida 6-5. So Florida will get the winner of this game at 4 o'clock this afternoon on this same field. So there's 2 away, and here's pitcher Grady Gingery. And he gets hit by a pitch. So back-to-back hit batters. And Arkansas's got a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and Liam Herwick coming up. So Arkansas team comes out of Sevier County. They're actually under the DeQueen area, which isn't too far down the road from here. Go about an hour and a half to Texarkana and take another hour north on Highway 71, and you would get to DeQueen. Pitch to Herwick is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way, that one in the zone and fouled out of play. North Carolina hails from Vail, North Carolina. This is the West Lincoln Optimist Club representative. Their second time that West Lincoln has made it to the Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. They're coached by Dustin Hullett. Brett Motz and Mike Borntrager. Swing and a miss, and the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Arkansas squad coached by Jeremy Gingery, Sean McWhorter, and Joey Jackson are the assistants. That pitch bouncing in there. And runners are going to advance up a base to second and third base. Pitch down low and in the dirt, and not much that catcher Austin Myers could do with it. So Caleb McWhorter ends up at third. At second, Grady Gingery. And the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Liam Herwick. And he looks at strike 3, and that's how the inning's going to come to an end. So Arkansas gets no runs. They had no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll take a break and come back for the bottom of the first when we return here on Game Day. Well, we welcome you back. Chuck Zach along with you here from Bossier City, Louisiana. We are not supposed to have rain today, but we are getting another round of some pretty ominous-looking clouds a little bit to, I don't even know what direction we're in, but to my left. How about that? So I'm looking right directly from behind home plate. We got a little bit of wind today. Not a terribly warm day. It's supposed to stay, again, moderate. And so we should not see temperatures getting much above the low 80s. It's 82 right now, and predicted high is supposed to be about 84. There's no call for rain, but again, a pop-up shower here and there is something that's a little unexpected. Tomorrow, 50% chance of showers. High tomorrow is going to be up around 90. All right, here's the lineup for North Carolina. Pax Hood, the third baseman, going to lead things off. Grayson Borntrager, the shortstop, will bat second. Second baseman Hudson Grooms to bat third. Mason Wyant, the first baseman, hitting fourth. Batting fifth is Austin Myers, the catcher. Center fielder Tucker Motts will bat sixth. Cashton Hullett, the left fielder, hitting seventh. Batting eighth, Brantley Wyant. Carter Sane, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Ike Sane batting 10th. And right fielder Dylan Carpenter will bat 11th for North Carolina. Defensively for Arkansas, J.T. Gibbs at first, Wyatt Jackson at second, Braxton Yates at short, Kevin Figueroa is over at third. And first pitch, ground ball right to Braxton Yates. His throw bounces to first, but in time, and there's the first out of the ball game as Hood grounds out 6-3. Here's one away. Rest of the defense for Arkansas, Ashton Irvin is in left field. Liam Herwick is in center. Landon Nichols in right. Behind the plate, Caleb McWhorter, and Grady Gingery is on the mound. Pitch a little bit low for a ball. That's Grayson Borntrager up at the plate. Borntrager, a coach's kid, wants to go to Notre Dame when he finishes with high school. Pitch up high. That's a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And his favorite athlete, by the way, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee needs some money soon. Cowboys need to figure that out. 2 balls and no strikes. And we'll make it 3-0 on the pitch way outside. Hudson Grooms is the on-deck hitter for North Carolina. So 3-0 count. That's not only inside, but actually got Borntrager right on the piece of the helmet that kind of sticks out to protect his face. He got hit with a 3-0. He kind of leaned down into that pitch. So he's on first base, and here's Hudson Grooms coming up now. And he put on his card for us, your name, he put Huddy. Pitch in there for a called strike, and quickly stealing second is Borntrager without a throw. No balls and 1 strike. Baseball's his favorite sport. Kobe Bryant, though, his favorite athlete. And his favorite baseball player is Jackie Robinson. Boy, runner off again, and they're not even wasting time. Move second to third on 1 pitch, just like they did from first to second. So Borntrager moving around on 2 pitches. He's now standing at third base. Counts a ball and a strike to Hudson Grooms with Mason Wyant waiting on deck. North Carolina lost to Texas 2-1 in the first game on Friday. This one bounces around, bounces away, and Borntrager's going to come in to score on the wild pitch. So hit batter, a couple steals, and a wild pitch, and North Carolina takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Base is empty with one away. Arkansas was beaten by South Carolina's runner-up. They happen to, this be the year South Carolina gets a second team in. That team out of PD. Pitch up high, and that's 3 balls and 1 strike. Wind has shifted a little bit. It was blowing out to center before. It's kind of blowing out more toward right now. And that pitch way outside and high for ball 4. And Hudson Groom gets on with a base on balls. Brings up Mason Wyant, the first baseman for North Carolina. Mason, one of 2 Wyants on the team. His guy is Nolan Ryan, his favorite athlete. He shows bunt, pitch outside for a ball, and Grooms just trots down to second base. North Carolina, like Mississippi and a couple of the other states here, really like to run. They are not going to stand on first base for very long. Grooms down at second. Expect him to take off for third. And here he goes. Pitch outside. That's going to be ball 2. And Grooms is standing on third now. So 3 batters into this, and North Carolina's got 4 stolen bases already. Well, that went a little bit inside or high. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Gentry taking a long time. Now he comes, and it's wide on the pitch. Ball 4. And Mason Wyant will walk on down to first base. So after a first batter ground out, it's been a hit batter, a walk, and a walk. And Austin Myers, the catcher, comes up. And Arkansas's coach, Jeremy Ginger, coming out to talk to his guy. And this is a pitcher-catcher conversation about trying to get their stuff right here. The plate umpire has decided that's long enough, and let's break up the party and get back to the game. So Grady Gingery, right now his issue's got to throw some strikes. He got 1 out, throwing strikes to Pax Hood. That's where he needs to go to keep his team in this ball game. Cannot walk guys around without them having to swing the bat. Austin Myers up now. Myers, Braves fan who also would like to go to Notre Dame when the time comes. And off goes the runner from first. He will take second. Almost saw Hudson Grooms get himself in a little bit of trouble there. He came halfway down the line at third base, and that ball bounced pretty quickly back to Caleb McWhorter behind the plate, and Grooms had to hit the brakes and turn around and head back to third base. Mason Wyant went down to second on the pitch. This is a swing and a miss by Myers. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one outside. Off comes the runner from third. Groom's going to come in to score, and barely called safe. Grady Gingery thought he put the tag on in time, even though it was a little collision between Grooms and Gingery. Hudson Grooms comes in to score. And it's 2-0 North Carolina. Wyatt moved to third on the play. Count 2 balls and 1 strike now to Austin Myers. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Gingery comes with it. Ball lifted into shallow center. Caught by the center fielder, Liam Herwick, for out number 2. Thought for a second Herwick wasn't going to get to it, but made the basket catch, and there's 2 outs here in the first. Tucker Mott's coming up. Mott's with a runner at third base and 2 away. Tucker playing center field for North Carolina. And Gingery's first pitch in there for a called strike. Catches the outside corner. Ground ball toward first. Backhanded by the first baseman. Look what I found. JT Gibbs with the out, and that will end the inning. 2 runs come across for North Carolina in the first. They get 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors and a man left on. We are through 1 full inning. North Carolina 2, Arkansas coming to bat in the second when we return here on Game Day. All right, welcome back. Top of the second inning. Arkansas will bring Landon Nichols, JT Gibbs, and Gatlin Salazar to face North Carolina's starting pitcher, Carter Sane. A little change for North Carolina behind the plate. Austin Myers taking a break in this inning. Instead, they will replace him with Brantley Wyatt, rather. As Sane finishes up his warm-up tosses. And we're ready for, whoa, ball came in out of nowhere. Somebody had a foul ball, I think, from the neighboring field that managed to make its way here.
What was the last time for Arkansas? Not bad, number 10.
Louisiana and Georgia finished just a little bit ago. I believe Georgia with a win there. So they have moved into the afternoon game. They'll actually play a late game tonight at 8 o'clock. Pitch on the way. Attempted check swing by Nichols, but it was a strike anyway. So no balls and 1 strike. That one way outside by Carter Sane, 1-1. Nichols, Gibbs, and Salazar to bat for Arkansas. They trail 2-0 as we move into the top of the second. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Arkansas had a couple of base runners in the first as McWhorter and Gingery both got hit by pitches, but they couldn't move them around. Swung on and foul tip. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And let's make it strike 3 as Landon Nichols watches the third one go by for the first out of the second inning. That's second strikeout now for Carter Sane. Here's JT Gibbs, the first baseman, coming up.
Not bad. Number 11, JT.
Made a nice
Gibbs.
play to end the first inning when Arkansas was in the field. Takes a hack at the first pitch for strike number 1. Carter Sane pitching here in the second, and we'll keep an eye on pitch count because that's a pretty important number. This one fouled out of play. 40 pitches or less means you can keep pitching today. Throw 41 pitches, you're done for 36 hours. Haven't had too many of the coaches let their guys go over that 40 mark because they want to use them again later on today or tomorrow. You let them pitch 66 pitches, they have to sit for 48 hours to not be able to pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a ground ball toward third. Scooped up there, throw across in time for out number 2. That's Pax Hood to Mason Wyant for the out. And Arkansas's got 2 outs, and here's Kellen Salazar coming up. Carter ready. Here's the pitch. A little foul tip for strike 1. On deck, Madden Burt for Arkansas. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Salazar up there hacking away. And the 0-2, swing and a miss, and that'll end inning number 2. A couple of strikeouts for Carter Sane in that inning. No runs for Arkansas, no hits, nobody left on base. Bottom of the second coming up, 2-0 North Carolina with the lead here on Game Day. We welcome you back to Bossier City, Louisiana. This is the Division II World Series of the smaller communities around the South. Next week, beginning on Friday, it'll be the Division I teams that'll show up here in Bossier. We'll get some of the bigger communities. I think from Arkansas, I think Magnolia may have been the winner. I was looking at things last night. I think maybe Ponchatoula from Louisiana were 2 of their state champions that are coming down for next week's Division I finals. They'll have the pool play games on Friday. They'll start the first round on Saturday, and championship could go as late as next week from Wednesday. So 10 days from now, we could see the Division I finals. This is Division II. We've had AAA, Majors, and Ozone all playing here. And if you're new to this, the other 2 leagues have a little shorter base paths, 60 feet instead of 70 feet. A little shorter distance from home plate to the outfield wall, which here is 225 feet. In those smaller leagues, it's 200. And a little bit closer distance to home plate in those other leagues. They go 46 feet between the end of the pitcher's mound, the closest to home, and then the back of home plate. Here it's 50 feet. So just a little bit bigger park, a little bit bigger dimensions. Ashton Hullett leading off for North Carolina, and his second pitch he sees, he smacks one into right field. That's rolling, and he's going to take a run around first base, head for second, and he'll stand up with a double to lead off this second inning. Ashton Hullett, Brentley Wyant, Carter Sane scheduled a hit for North Carolina here. We're down to the 7, 8, 9 hitters facing Arkansas's starting pitcher, Grady Gingery. First pitch inside Wyatt. Brantley wants to be a farmer when he grows up. To go to North Carolina State. Off goes the runner, and there's not even a throw this time as Cashton Hullett just trots on over to third base. So with nobody out, runner at third. Count 2 balls and no strikes to Brantley Wyatt. Here's Gingery's pitch. That's outside, ball 3. And the winner of this gets Florida. That'll be a 4 o'clock start time. We have a game in between. 2 o'clock game on this field. And that's way outside, ball 4. Base on balls. Second one for Gingery. And Carter Sane comes up now. I don't know what I'm seeing. You're pointing to me, and I don't. Oh, we're getting a runner. Okay. He took second base all the way around, and then we get a runner. Okay. You're pointing at me. I don't know what you're saying. You gotta talk. Zach Doty's the producer here. He's got a headset. He won't turn it on, though. So anyway, Wyatt went down to second, and as soon as he got there, they pulled him out and brought in another runner for him. And the pitch is behind pitcher Carter Sane for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Carter Sane's he's a Yankee guy. For you Red Sox lovers, you're not going to like him. Loves the Yankees. Favorite player, Aaron Judge. Favorite athlete, Babe Ruth. He went Yankee, Yankee, Yankee. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 on the pitch, high and outside. Ike Sane, the on-deck hitter. I needed binoculars to see who the heck they brought in to run. I think it may be Hood or Tucker Motts. Maybe Motts who's running. Looks like maybe 23. A little snap throw over to third base. Almost caught Cashton Hullett sleeping over there. Two balls, no strikes. Grady Gingery ready now. Runners at second and third. And the pitch, swung on and missed by Sane, 2-1. He'd pretty made up his mind. As soon as that pitch was coming, he was swinging. Pitch was probably ball 3 around his chin, but he started the swing and couldn't stop it. So 2-1 the count. Gingery's pitch way outside. Runners coming. And there will be no play at the plate as the ball scoots by Gingery. The throw by McWhorter, a little too hot for Gingery to handle. And coming in to score is Hullett from third. That's the third North Carolina run that scored on a wild pitch. And now in comes Motts as well. Arkansas didn't call time, and as a result, they let Motts come all the way around to score from second base. And it's 4-0 with the bases empty. I think Arkansas is going to bring his entire infield in to have a conversation about this. It's kind of reminding them, especially if they're new to baseball, and a lot of these kids may be playing for the first time. Reminding them you got to call time, you got to do some technical things that kids that have played a lot already know. So it's part of this conversation with the infield about what you got to do and can't do. And again, home plate umpire said, okay, that's been plenty. Let's finish it up. So 4-0 the score. Carter Sane with a 3-1 count, and the base is clear now. Ike Sane behind him. Dylan Carpenter, the number 11 hitter, will wait in the lineup as well. Here's Gingery's pitch. Outside, ball 4.
Not batting, number 18, Ike.
That is his 4th base on balls. Ike Sane up now, and we'll see how long it takes before the runner is going to take off as Mott's coming back in. He'll run for the pitcher, Carter Sane, at first base. Throw over, and Arkansas at least paying attention now to the base runner. They have not paid attention to runners at first so far. And Gingery decides we're not going to let you just take off and run without at least contesting this. And Mott's not going this time. Pitch swung on and fouled back by Sane, and it's no balls and 1 strike. I don't know if Arkansas, how long he'll let Grady Gingery pitch. He may let him go more than the 40 pitches today. All right, no balls and 1 strike. Tucker Mott's at first, takes his lead. And he's going on this pitch. This one lifted in the air, right field side. And it's going to drop for a base hit. Motts, who had started to go, had to turn around and come back in case that ball got caught. Then he had to hit the brakes and head back to second base. So Sane drops one in there for a base hit. Motts at second base. That is the first hit. That's second hit. Hullett had a double. Second hit now for North Carolina. And they've got runners at first and second. Dylan Carpenter up now. Nobody out here in the second inning. 2 runs already across for North Carolina in this one. They've got a 4-0 lead. Top of the order in Pax Hood is on deck. Pitch outside, ball 1.
Gentry is now at 35 pitches.
One ball, no strikes. Here comes Gingery's pitch. That one near the head of the batter. Carpenter ducks underneath that. Both base runners take off, and Sane, or Motts rather, goes to third base. Ike Sane goes to second. And Carpenter's got a 2-0 count. Pitch way high, comes back off the facade, and North Carolina not running on that. Count 3 balls and no strikes. And Carpenter taking time. He asked for time. He didn't get it. Ball 4 low and away anyway as he'll walk down to first base. 5th walk now for Grady Gingery, and the bases are loaded as we go back to the top of the order in Pax Hood. Hood grounded out to lead off the game. It's the second pitch of the game. A little grounder towards short, and Braxton Yates threw him out. Bases are loaded with Carolina runners now. Pitch outside, ball 1. pitch is Gingery's 40th. So we'll see if coach decides to leave him or not. That pitch in behind the batter for ball 2. And it looks like they're going to leave him out there. Now, the max you can throw is 85. After that, you have to be removed from the game. Pitch outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. This inning began with a Hullett double, a walk to Wyant, a walk to Sane, single by Ike Sane, and a walk to Carpenter. All 5 batters have gotten on here in the inning. And that's ball 4 as Pax Hood walks, and that walks in a run is trotting in from third is Tucker Motts, who was the courtesy runner for Carter Sane. 5-0 lead for North Carolina now as Ike Sane moves to third, Carpenter to second, and Hood picks up an RBI on the walk. There's Grayson Borntrager now. Borntrager was hit by a pitch, stole a couple of bases and scored on a wild pitch. Pitch high, comes back behind home plate and sliding in safe is Ike Sane. Comes in on the wild pitch. And that makes it a 6-0 lead. Runners up to second and third on that. Carpenter's now at third. Hood's at second. Borntrager with a 1-0 count. Now it's 2-0. Another wild pitch, and North Carolina thought about coming. It did not send Carpenter. Getting a workout behind the plate is Caleb McWhorter. Two balls and no strikes. 3-0, another pitch high. So first base open now for North Carolina. And Gingery's pitch high, ball 4. So 3 consecutive walks. Bases reloaded for North Carolina. And now Hudson Grooms up. Grooms walked, and he scored on a wild pitch. And Grady Gingery is going to be met the mound. I think we're going to have a pitching change maybe now. Yep. So Grady Gingery coming off the field. We'll get a pitching change. We'll take a timeout. We're going to come right back. 6-0 lead for North Carolina. Actually, yep, 6-0 lead for North Carolina. And we return here on Game Day.
Now pitcher for Arkansas, number 5, Caleb McWhorter.
All right, we make a bit of a correction. Apparently, North Carolina scored a run on the last base on balls, so we have a 7-0 lead now as Dylan Carpenter came in to score. So Pax Hood's going to be at second base. Grayson Borntrager's at first base. Hudson Groom's coming up, and new pitcher is actually the catcher for Arkansas. That was Caleb McWhorter. So it took time for him to get off the gear, and for Madden Burt, who's now the catcher, to get on the gear. Hence the little bit of a delay that we had getting back on here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So North Carolina with a 7-0 lead. If you're wondering about run rules, because this obviously starts to become part of a conversation, the way the Diamond Youth Baseball League works for the World Series, 15 runs after 3 innings or 10 runs after 4 innings is the conclusion of a game. So we're at 7-0 right now. Nobody out here in the second inning. Everybody has to have come to the plate. And so for Arkansas, they still have 4 guys left. They're obviously going to have the third inning. I don't know if they'll have to do a complete third inning or North Carolina have to come up for a third time if they happen to score 15 by the end of this inning. They'll have gotten their 15 in 2 innings. Arkansas will get a chance to bat in the third. But that's still a ways off. We're only at 7-0 right now. There's Hudson Grooms with a new pitcher. And the first pitch he hits, pops one into center field for a base hit. And around third and coming in to score is Pax Hood. And down to second base will go Hudson Grooms. So Grooms with a base hit and an RBI. And it's now an 8-0 ball game. Runners at second and third for North Carolina. Here's Mason Wyand up now. Wyand walked in the first inning and got stranded at third base. Still nobody out in this second inning. Pitch inside, ball 1. Of course, the game to follow us on this field, scheduled for a 2 o'clock start time, is Vivian, Louisiana, the host team, against Tennessee. And then at 4 o'clock, it'll be Florida against the winner of this game. That's ball 2, pitch missing outside. And we still also have a 6 o'clock game and an 8 o'clock game. So Saturday's the long day here. Games that start at 10, they end after the 8 o'clock start time. Pitch high and inside, ball 3. There's Mason Wyant standing at the plate with a 3-0 count. Numbers on Grady Gingery through 44 pitches, 1 official inning. Didn't get any strikeouts. 7 walks, 2 hit batters. This one, hard line drive under the glove of Yates. 1 run scores. Here's the second one as that ball keeps rolling to near the wall. Throwing to second, not in time, and taking off. Well, thought about taking off for third. Mason White decides to stop at second as he drives in 2 more runs to make it 10-0.
Now batting number 6, Austin Myers.
Both Borntrager and Grooms came in to score. That last run belongs to McWhorter. The others belong to pitcher Gingery. So he gave up 9 runs. And now here's Austin Myers. He flew out to center first time up, and this time he hits one into right field for a base hit. And the ball gets underneath the glove of the right fielder, Landon Nichols. And that's going to allow another run to score as Wyant scores all the way from second base to make it an 11-0 lead. And here's Tucker Motz up now. He'll be the 11th batter in this inning for North Carolina. Still no outs. So they've put 9 on the board already. Off goes the runner. Pitch called strike. No balls, one strike. McWhorter's pitch inside for a ball. Oh, they called that a strike. You know, if that got maybe the knob of the bat, I think, as he tried to pull that back. I don't know. Either way, Myers went down to third base. Counts no balls, two strikes, and that one's outside for a ball. 1-2. North Carolina with 2 in the first and 9 so far here in the second. Pitch a little bit high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Cashton Hullett, who actually opened up this inning. He'll be coming up for a second time. And that pitch behind Tucker Motz, and the count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2. That is strike 3. Motz goes down on strikes, and there's your first out of the inning. As Cashton Hullett comes up. He doubled to start this inning. Stole a base and scored a run. Fastball not there. And that's ball number 1. Hands on the helmet. Austin Myers like he should have tried to come in and score. It's 11-0. I don't think you got to be fretting about that too much. This one hit hard. It'll go all the way to the wall in left field. Myers will score easily. Hullett's already around second. He's motoring for third, and he'll dive in there, a little unnecessarily diving into third, but he gets to third base with a triple. So double and a triple in this inning for Cashton Hullett. And it's a 12-0 lead. Best hit ball of the day. Again, this is a park that has yet to yield a home run in this World Series. The neighboring park, Field 9's, and it's actually where the last 3 games of this tournament are going to be, on the other field. That one's given up about a half dozen home runs already. This one, not any. Pitch outside, ball 1 to Brantley Wyant. Wyant walked and scored earlier in this inning. And almost got hit. He bailed last second to avoid getting plunked on the helmet with that one. Two balls, no strikes. That's high, ball 3. Caleb McWhorter, second pitcher of the day for Arkansas, following Grady Gingery. Hit into the glove of first baseman Gingery. Makes a real nice play on the line drive. And there's 2 away. Carter Sane up next. Sane walked, stole a base, and scored. North Carolina up 12-0. Pitch low and inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. North Carolina had a chance to score a run there. Pitch by Burt got away from the pitcher, McWhorter, but coach over at third base does not send Cashton Hullett to score. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Carter Sane. McWhorter's kind of gotten in there the last few hitters. Strikeout of Motts, give up the triple to Hullett, but then the line out from Wyatt the last 3 batters. This one fouled out. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ike Sane is on deck now for North Carolina. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third, and this one's a ground ball toward third. Salazar's throw across in time, and that will end the inning. However, North Carolina picks up 10 runs in the inning to take a 12-2 lead. We'll take a break and come right back. We've got the top of the third coming up next here on Game Day. Top of the third inning coming up now as we have a 12-0 North Carolina lead. Arkansas is going to bring Madden Burt, Kevin Figueroa, and Ashton Irvin to the plate. Facing Carter Sane, who's been out there since the beginning. We remind you, winner here is about a couple-hour break, and then they will get Florida in an elimination game. That's on this side of the bracket, that's how it is now. You win and survive, or you go home early. So for North Carolina, with a 12-0 lead there, just needing to get a couple more outs and survive an inning, and they'll get a date with Florida next. It's been a tough run for North Carolina. They got Texas in the first round, and while they have this Arkansas game here, they may potentially get Florida. In Avon Park, Florida, I think they're here for the 3rd or 4th time in the World Series. A team that had a thrilling loss in the last game. They ended up trailing in that game 4-2 in the 6th inning, picked up 3 runs to take a 5-4 lead, and then gave the lead right back again to Alabama. So Madden Burt stepping in. He fouls off the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Burt was behind the plate last half inning. And there's a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes now to Burt. And he gets hit in the head with the pitch, and that's not good. An 0-2 pitch came running in on him and got him in the helmet. So Madden Burt gets on first. That's a 3rd hit batter for Carter Sane in this game. He hit McWhorter and Gingery in the first, and now has hit Burt here in the 3rd, leading off the inning. And gets us to Kevin Figueroa, the 3rd baseman. Austin Rivers back into the game. But Myers, rather. Austin Myers back in the game behind the plate. All right, Figueroa ready. Here's a pitch from Sane. That's called strike. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch outside, a little bit high, 1-1. A little sun popping through. Swing and a miss, and there's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Kevin Figueroa. And that would be strike 3 as Figueroa goes down looking. 4th strikeout for Carter Sane. Ashton Irvin, the left fielder, coming up now. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning. North Carolina up 12-0. Throw over to first. Pitch gets away from Myers and down to second base goes. Gatlin Salazar is actually out there running now for Madden Burt.
Yes, sir. What was that? You got 31.
Ground ball, that's hit towards second base, and just in time do they nip Ashton Irvin for the out. Hudson Grooms to Mason Wyant for the out. And there's 2 away for Arkansas here in the 3rd with Caden McWhorter, the number 12 hitter, coming up. On the ground out, Salazar moved over to 3rd base. Wyatt Jackson, top of the order with a bat. For the Arkansas State champs, pitch outside, ball 1. 2 outs here in the 3rd. 12-0 North Carolina with the lead. Swing and a miss. On the count, 1 ball, 1 strike now to Caden McWhorter. That's there. Strike 2, 1-2 now. Carter Sane's still got 4 pitches left.
36.
Let's try to get this 3rd out before he gets to that 40th pitch. Misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball tapped toward first, fielded there by Wyant, and that will end the inning. They didn't need to make that throw in. That's the 3rd out. Home plate umpire almost got pegged by the ball. No runs come across for Arkansas. There were no hits and a man left on. We're going to move to the bottom of the 3rd, 12-0 North Carolina with the lead here on Game Day. Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd inning. North Carolina with a 12-0 lead over Arkansas. North Carolina is going to have the 10, 11, and 1 hitters batting here in the 3rd. Now here's the situation. With a 12-0 lead, if Carolina picks up 3 runs in this inning, they will have run-ruled Arkansas and ended this game. If they don't, Arkansas is going to have to come back up and bat in the 4th inning. Everybody for North Carolina has batted. That's one of the requirements. Everybody has to have had a chance to bat. And Arkansas batted all the way through their order. The last batter, Caden McWhorter, was the 12th man in their lineup. So it's at a place right now where North Carolina's got a chance to end this thing early, get 3 runs, and not have to bring in a second pitcher. They can just have used Carter Sane, who got through all 3 innings, still with 2 pitches left to spare. So that's kind of the rundown on where we are right now. And here's North Carolina's Ike Sane to start things. Sane singled, stole a base, scored a run. And an inning when North Carolina sent a bevy of players to the plate in the second. The full 11 actually ended up being 14 that came to the plate in the second inning. First pitch fouled out of play. Second pitcher of the day, Caleb McWhorter on the mound for Arkansas. He's got an 0-1 count on Sane, and whoa, threw it just behind him, and yep, ticked him on the shoulder. And so Sane will go down to first base, leading off the inning for North Carolina. Here's Dylan Carpenter. He walked and scored. In fact, every member of North Carolina's team scored in the second inning, except for Tucker Motz, who actually scored as a courtesy runner for Carter Sane. That pitch lifted in the infield. Wyatt calling for it, makes the catch, and there's the first out of the third. And back to the top of the order now, Pax Hood. Hood has grounded out, walked, and scored a run. This one grounder toward short. They'll try to make the long throw across. Not in time, though, as Hood crosses first base with an infield single. Like Sane to second base. And here's Grayson Borntrager. Borntrager with a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. And he scored a couple of runs. Pitch just off the plate for ball one. One ball, no strikes. McWhorter set. Here comes the pitch. That's a little bit high. Base runner at second will take off and go to third. Sane takes another base. And North Carolina's got runners on the corners now. And off goes Pax Hood way before the pitch. Still hasn't even been thrown. He's at second base and around it, and the pitch lobbed in there for ball three. Three balls, no strikes. Hudson Grooms on deck for North Carolina. And this one fouled out of play, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch from McWhorter. That's ball four up high. So bases are loaded for North Carolina for Hudson Grooms.
Now batting number 5, Hudson Grooms.
Grooms with a single, a walk, a couple of steals, and 2 runs scored. North Carolina needs 3 to end this game. They've got the bases loaded right now. Pitch swung on, lifted foul right side, left side rather, and dropped by third baseman over there. Had the ball, Figueroa did, but went off the heel of it. So Grooms will get another shot at it. This one lifted into right field over Wyatt Jackson's head. 1 run scores, second one coming in, and North Carolina goes up 14-0. As Ike Sane and Pax Hood both score. Base hit for Hudson Grooms, who drives in 2 more. He's driven in 3 today. Grayson Bontrager is at second base, and Mason Wyant comes up. And the game-ending run standing at second, and he's going to take off for third. As the pitch goes in there for a called strike.
McWaters at 35 pitches.
No balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. This one's a ground ball past Figueroa, and that's going to get the 15th run to score, and that's your ball game as Grayson Borntrager comes in to make it a 15-0 win. North Carolina advances. They will take on Florida at 4 o'clock, and the tournament's over for Arkansas as they lose their 2 games to South Carolina's runner-up and to North Carolina. All right, we're done for this one. We'll take a timeout. We'll get you ready for the next game coming up on our field as we'll see the host city, Vivian, Louisiana, taking on Tennessee for a game that's scheduled to start at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm Chuck Zach. You've been watching World Series action here on Game Day.